जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनन्दन जय व्रजनरञ्जन जय यशोदनन्दन जय व्रजनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि नतीरावनचारि जय राधमाधव जय सुन्दरीहरि जय राधमाधव जय सुन्दरीहरि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रा देवी जय सुदर्शन जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र हरे जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव प्रहलाद सिंह जय अनंत जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता जय जय प्रभुपा जय जय गुरुदेव जय हरि बोल हरि बोल श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की गौरताय की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा am I audible प्रभु हरे कृष्णा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Let us chant the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Prachanani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachachita Desadharini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for this Sunday morning Srimad Bhagavatam summary class. For so many almost 10 weeks already we have 10 weeks are over since we started. Today we are going to see the first canto, sixth chapter. So before going to the details of in the sixth chapter, first to 22nd verse we are going to see today. Before going to see those 22 verse, let us just I want to summarize what are the things we have seen so far. And before that, I want to give some introduction also. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, about Bhagavad Gita, all of us know. Bhagavad Gita is the instructions of Sri Krishna for all the living entities. First he gives to Arjuna, indirectly it is for all the living entities. He is giving all instructions, that is for whatever actions we do, for that what is the reaction. About that Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavatam is whatever instruction Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita, how Krishna's devotees have followed in their life, how they have followed that instructions and how they have exhibited that it is practically possible by everybody and shown to everybody. That is the purpose of Bhagavatam. So this Bhagavatam, if you see, always it is in the form of question and answers. There are so many devotees, they ask questions, and another senior devotee, they give the answer. So the entire Bhagavatam is like that. For example, here first we see the Nemi Saranya sages headed by Saunaka Rishi. He is asking questions, and Sutta Goswami answers. And afterwards we see Lord Brahma is asking questions and Lord Vishnu is answering. Then we see that Sukadeva Goswami is asking, Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions and Sukadeva Goswami is answering. Then later we will also see that Devahuti Mataji will ask questions and Lord Kapila will answer. Then later we will also see that Vidura will ask questions and Maitreya Muni will answer. Then Vidura will ask questions, then Uddhava will answer. Like that, so many conversations are there. Even Yudhishthira Maharaj will ask questions and Narada Muni will answer. And before that, we'll see this. Vyasdev will ask them questions, his Guru Narada Muni will answer. Then, like that, so many other. 11th canto also, Krishna's father Nanda Maharaj will ask some questions, then Yudhishthira Maharaj will answer. Like that, so many conversations are there. Even in our life also, our life is filled with questions and answers. Even in our house, daily we'll ask questions. Today, what is the breakfast? What we are going to do? Where we are going to? Like that, we ask so many questions, and the answer is given by our family members and other things. Even animals, birds, they also ask questions. Birds make a lot of noises. That is basically questions. Where is food? Where is our shelter? What we have to do? Like that, the birds also ask questions, and the other bird will answer like that. Question and answer is always part of our life. And this Bhagavatam, the starting, so question and answer is very, very important. And this in Bhagavatam, Prabhupada, first he talks about what is the difference between God and absolute truth. See, God means all the religions they talk about God. God means a controller. That's all. That's all they know. God means he is a controller like that. But Prabhupada gives the ultimate answer. He gives a full explanation. Now, it's a God. It's absolute truth. Truth means from whom everything emanates. So he includes all energies like spiritual energy, material energy, like that. Everything include that is absolute truth means it includes everything. Not only is a controller, he is the creator, maintainer. Then from him only. And then this. Srimad Bhagavatam also, this first verse, if you see, it is Janmadi Asya there. That means from him only everything emanates. So he is the cause of all causes, from him only everything emanates. Like that. So absolute truth means it includes everything. So that Prabhupada gives. Then, and many times when we come to this bhakti, first, when we come to the spiritual activity, first we can see if we read Prabhupada books, The first level, Prabhupada says, we are not this body, we are spirit souls. This is the first level. Most of the people in this world, they think they are the body. But the first thing what we should know is we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. That is the first thing. The next level is we should know that we are different from our mind. Many times we identify ourselves with our mind. We should know that we are not this mind because mind is a servant given by the Lord to us. So inside us, subtle body. See this gross body, our gross body is made of earth, water, ether, fire, like the five elements it's made. But inside the gross body, the subtle body is there. In the subtle body, mind plays a major role, and mind is a servant for us, for the soul. So what it is an interconnection between the physical body and the soul. So whatever the soul wants to do through the mind, it is getting it done. So the mind is a servant. We should understand that mind is a servant. Many times we identify ourselves with the mind. So mind tells you go here, you go and do that enjoyment, you go on making money, you go on doing enjoyment, you go here, there, like that. It goes on telling so many things. But we should know that we are not the mind. We are having a mind. The mind is supposed to listen to whatever we tell. So that is very, very important. First level is we should know we are not this body. Second level is we should know that we are not this mind. We are having a mind. The mind is supposed to help us in understanding. I mean, help us to do all the work like that. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada in the purport, he says, what is the use of this reading Bhagavatam and practicing? So he says mainly three things will happen when we practice Bhagavatam. One is our soha, moha, and bhaya, that will go away, like that Prabhupada says. Soha means our lamentations. We have so many, all of us have so many problems in our life. So that lamentations will go away, and moha, we are hankering for so many things. We want to enjoy so many things. We want to make a lot of money. So that is there. Then bhaya means all of us have fear. The greatest fear is the fear of death. All of us have the fear. If we are becoming old, we are getting so many disease, so many frustrations are there, so many anxieties there. That fear is there. So, Prabhupada says if we practice this Bhagavatam, if we read and understand and if we practice Bhagavatam, all these things will go away. Soha, Moha and Bhaya, all this will go away. Then we will be able to live a peaceful life. So that is very important. And afterwards, we'll start hearing, knowing about this hearing. This in our life, hearing is a very, very important thing. So all of us are hearing. So when we come to this Krishna conscious activity, we hear from Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas, we hear so many lectures, we read and understand, so we are hearing. If you see these materialistic people also, they are also hearing, but they are hearing from newspaper, TV, and so many other their friends. So from so many others they are hearing. So hearing is always there, but if you hear from the right source, we will advance. But if we hear from wrong sources, then we will get into troubles. So this hearing and hearing, when we want to hear, our mind has to be with us. Then only we can hear. See, we have five senses, isn't it? Ears, nose, mouth. These all senses we are having. But only when our mind is with us, we can hear. For example, physically all of us are sitting here, but if our mind is somewhere else, then we cannot hear. See, many of you are there in the Zoom, so we may be doing some work or something like that. So when we do some work and we hear the class, the many things will not go inside because we are not concentrated. Lot of distractions are there. We are doing so many works and watching here and there like that. So a lot of distraction is there. So even when we are hearing, though our ears are hearing, if our mind is not with us, then whatever we hear, it will not go inside. So that is very, very important. So we have to keep our mind with us. If our mind is with us only, we can hear the things. So with this small introduction, I will start telling about this Bhagavatam. So far, whatever is covered, I will just give you a summary. So in the first, we are now seeing the first canto. In the first canto, this Nemi Sarnya's sages, they assembled there in Nemi Saranya, and they wanted to do some yajna so that it is good for the Kali Yuga people. So all they have assembled there, and they wanted to perform a yajna. So that before that yajna, they have asked the Sudha Goswami. They have chosen all the sages. They have chosen Saunaka Rishi as their head for asking all questions. Saunaka Rishi is they have chosen as a head, and he will be asking questions on behalf of all the sages. And Sutta Goswami, he will be answering all questions. This Sutta Goswami is not an ordinary person. Initially, this Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. It was spoken. So in that assembly, Sutta Goswami was there. So Sutta Goswami is a disciple of Sukadeva Goswami. So he was hearing, and so Sukadeva Goswami, the first time itself, he tells Sutta Goswami, after some time, after some days, you will be, after so many years, you will be repeating this Srimad Bhagavatam class to an August audience. Like that, Sukadeva Goswami, that time only he predicts. So we should know that Sutta Goswami is a great personality. Sukadeva Goswami himself has identified that after some time he will be repeating this entire Bhagavatam like that. Then this sages ask questions. The 6 questions you would have heard, but just to give you a small introduction. The first question: what is the highest good for the people? So in this world, a lot of people are there. What is the highest good for the people? Like that they are asking. So for that, Sutta Goswami says to develop love of Godhead is the highest good for all people. That is the first question and answer he says. Second question, what is the essence of all scriptures? He is asking. The Saunaka Rishi is asking, what is the essence of all scriptures? So then Sutta Goswami says, performing devotional services are the essence of all scriptures like that. Then the third question is, what is the purpose of Krishna's appearance? That is the third question. The answer is to reclaim the people in the mode of goodness. So in this world, so many people are there. Many are in passion, mode of passion and ignorance, and some are in mode of goodness. So from mode of ignorance and passion, we should come to mode of goodness. Once we reach mode of goodness, then Lord can reclaim us back, so that we can go back to the Lord. Then we will not have, if we go back to the Lord, then we will not have to change the body again and again. Here, many times we are changing. Now we are having this body. After some time, we will become old and we will die. We will take another body. Like that, we are stuck in this cycle of birth and death. Once we come to this, once we go back to the Godhead, then we will not get another body. So that is the third question. The fourth question the sages ask is, what are the Purusha avatar of the Lord? Like that, what are the details of Purusha avatar of the Lord? Like they are asking. Then that we have seen detailed. That Lord Krishna, he expands into Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu, Garbhoda Sai Vishnu comes. Then from Garbhoda Sai Vishnu, Shirodaka Sai Vishnu comes. So these are we have already seen. From Mahavishnu's body only, so many millions of planets are coming out. In each planet, Garbhoda Sai Vishnu enters and he is making it to float. And Shirodaka Sai Vishnu, he is there in all our heart as Paramatma. So he is there. About that, it is already discussed. Then afterwards, they are asking, the fifth question is, what are the Leela avatars of the Lord? Like that they are asking. So for that also answer is given in the third chapter. We have seen the third chapter. So many avatars we have seen: Krishna avatar, Rama avatar, Narsimha avatar, like that, so many avatars. That all given in the third chapter. And the sixth questions they ask is, where did religion take shelter after Krishna's disappearance? So when Lord Krishna has disappeared, so where did religion take shelter? Like that they are asking. So for that the answer is Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is the answer. Srimad Bhagavatam only the religion takes shelter after Krishna has left. So Srimad Bhagavatam is very, very important. So after this, then after answering the 6 questions, again name Saranya sages, they ask another 4 questions. The 4 questions are, why Srimad Bhagavatam is compiled, and when and where it is written, and what is the inspiration to write Srimad Bhagavatam? About that they are asking. So for that also it is answer. It is answered in 4th chapter to 7th chapter. It is answered. Then the second question they ask is, what is the birth and activities of Parikshit Maharaj? Parikshit Maharaj, what is the birth and activities of Parikshit Maharaj? They ask. So that is explained in the entire first canto. After 7th chapter onwards to 19th chapter, the entire things are about Parikshit Maharaj's birth and activities. About that it is discussed. Then the third question they ask is, why did Parikshit Maharaj gave up everything to sit on the bank of Ganges? Like that they are asking. So Parikshit Maharaj is a great king. Why he gave up his kingdom, and why he was sitting on the bank of Ganges? Like that they are asking. So for that answer is given in 18th and 19th chapter. And the fourth question is, how Sugadami Goswami was perceived in Hastinapur, and how did his meet with Parikshit happen? So why it happened like that they are asking. So for that also answer that we will be seeing in 18th and 19th chapter. That will be seeing. So now we are seeing about this sixth chapter. So this sixth chapter is answer for the first question they are asking, why Srimad Bhagavatam is compiled, and when and where it was written, and what is the inspiration. So for that answer only, fourth chapter to seventh chapter it is given. So in the fourth chapter and all we have seen about one minute, I will just open up that PowerPoint PPT. So about Srimad Bhagavatam, this how it was compiled and when and where it was written, like that we are discussing about here. So in the previous classes we have seen that this Srimad Bhagavatam was written by Vyasadeva. Some background sound is study. I don't know what is. I think, Hare Krishna. I hope now it is clear. Everything is. So we have seen in the previous chapters 4 and 5, that this Veda was first Vyasadeva has written Veda, and he has made into 4, and Rik, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana, like that he has made 4 Vedas, and he has given to his disciples to expand it. After writing the Vedas, Vyasadeva was very despondent because he was not feeling satisfied. So despondent means he was in low spirit from loss of hope and courage. So in our life also many times we see we are not having that much hope and courage. We feel very sorry. I mean, not feel satisfied after writing so many things. Then that time Narada Muni appears there, and he is discussing with Vyasadeva what happened like that. So that time. Vyasadeva tells Narada Muni, I have written all the Vedas, still I am not, and Puranas also I have written, so many things I have written, but still I am not satisfied, like that he is telling. So that time, Narada Muni explains to Vyasadeva that you have written everything, but you have not written about the Lord in detail, about Supreme Lord Krishna. You have not written about his Leelas, and all the details you have not written. That's why you feel like that. You please write like that, he says. So that time, Then Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva writes the Bhagavatam. So that we can, this one. Then that time, this Narada Muni also tells about his past life. What all happened in his past life, about that Narada Muni says. So about that previous class we have seen some things. That is Narada Muni was he took birth in a very poor family. So about that we will see in this class more detail we will see in this class. So in this today's class, we see about, as we discussed earlier, 22 verses we are going to see. So the 22 verses from first first 6 verses, we see about the desire to inquire from Guru. That is, Vyasadeva is inquiring from Narada Muni. So many questions he is asking about that we will see. That is first to 6 verses we will see that. Then from 6 to 10 verses, the Narada Muni's life, so many reverses happens in his Narada Muni's life. About that, it is given in 6 to 10 verses. There it is given. Then that is accepting reverses in life as Lord's mercy. Then third thing we see about is gain of faith and strength of mind by traveling by preaching. So about that it is given from 11th verse to 14th verse it is given. Then the fourth topic we will see about is effect of seeing Lord's beautiful form. So Narada Muni will see the Lord's beautiful form. About that it is given in 15th verse to 19th verse it is given. Then finally, Lord's speech in lonely jungle. Narada Muni is in a jungle. Narada Muni is in a jungle where when he meditates, that time Lord gives some instructions to him. So about that it is given from 20th verse to 22nd verse it is given. So about that we are going to see. So here first Narada Muni says he was born in a insignificant son of a maid servant. Narada Muni's mother is a maid servant. She was working in a school as a servant. She was working in the school. So that time the sages have came there. Sages have come there. So normally it's called Chaturmas. Chaturmas in a year 4 months Chaturmas were rain. It will be continuously raining. So these sadhus, their main job is traveling all around and giving the spiritual knowledge to all people. Because in this material world, normal people, they are bothered about their own eating, sleeping, and enjoying, and other defending, like their own normal routine work. So about beyond that, what is the purpose of human life that they don't know, normal people. So the sadhus, they have learned all shastra from their gurus. So their only job is to give this knowledge to all common people. So these sadhus, they were staying near this, where this maid servant, Narada Muni's mother was there. They were staying there. So this lady in India those days, even all people they know that serving a sadhu is very important. They understood. They know that earlier days people. See now people don't give much importance to sadhus, but earlier days people they were having a lot of respect. So as soon as she understood that these sadhus have come 4 months in Chaturmas, they will be here. She wanted to serve them. So she was whatever help they wanted, she wanted to do. So first what she does is she is going and paying obeisances. She is paying obeisances to the sages, and whatever the help they want, she is just serving them. Because when you serve them, then they will give their blessings, isn't it? When you serve somebody, they will give their blessings. Then we can progress. So she was doing so many personal services to the sadhus. She was cooking nice prasadam and giving them. And Narada Muni was a small boy, 5 year old boy. So by seeing the mother, he also started serving the sages. So whatever seva they want, this Narada Muni also was helping his mother, whatever she is doing, she was taking all prasadam and giving them. And the sages, they were sitting together and they were discussing about Srimad Bhagavatam and other Shastra knowledge they were discussing. So this Narada Bhai was also very interested, whatever they are discussing. He also got interest. He was sitting there and he was also hearing what they are discussing like that. So this special quality of Narada is given here. Normally, small children, if you see, their only interest is playing and watching TV and other things like that. But here, if you see, from birth, Narada had some blessings. What is he? He was self-controlled. He could control himself. He was not just a playboy. He was self-controlled, and he did not speak much. So nowadays we see children, even all of us, we speak a lot unnecessarily because just because we can speak, we speak so many things. But Narada boy was not like that. He did not speak more than required, and he was not naughty, and he was not interested in playing like other children. So he was very serious. So he was sitting there and he was helping the sages, whatever they are doing. And the qualities of Narada Muni also is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the four qualities are given. Dante. Dante means this self-control. Then Adrata Kridante. Adrata Kridante means not attached to sports. Anuvartani. Anuvartani means he is obedient. Then Alpa Bhashini, one who does not speak more than required. So these are the four qualities here. So without being self-controlled, without being disciplined, and without being fully obedient, no one can become successful in following the instructions of the spiritual master. And without doing so, no one is able to go back to Godhead. So this is very, very important. So if you want to learn something from others, so first thing is we have to be self-controlled and we have to be disciplined also and we have to be obedient. You see, these things we can see in our present day school children. See, we don't find any of these qualities. Generally, children they are not self-controlled. They don't even listen to parents also. And discipline. Discipline means we lead a disciplined life. We sleep at certain time, get up at certain time, go to school certain time, and listen to parents. If you see, these qualities are not there nowadays. And if you see the learning from teachers also, it is not there because there is no obedience. If obedience is not there, then nothing will go inside, isn't it? And many times children study in private school where the children's parents only pay the salary of the teachers, isn't it? Once you pay salary, then we'll not have any respect. Children cannot pay any respect to the teachers. We are only paying salary. What is a great thing? You cannot. So the teachers cannot correct them. So the children will not be obedient. If obedience is not there, then nothing will go inside. Because if you don't obey somebody, then whatever they tell you give least importance. So nothing will go inside. So this is very important. See, with Srimad Bhagavatam, we should not think that it is some theoretical thing. It is not relevant to us. There are so much knowledge is there. Only we should grasp it and try to practice in our own life. Then we can see the change in our life. So this Srimad Bhagavatam we should hear and try to apply in our life. So application is very, very important. It is not like our other things we read, it's like newspaper and other things. In newspaper, what happens? We read so many news. There are only 4 or 5 newses in the newspaper. What is that? Some accident would have happened, or somebody is having some illicit relationship, or some politician is having with some political problems, and sports. These are the 4 or 5 news. Only the each day news if you see, only the persons are different. Otherwise, news is same. Same news will be there. This fellow misbehaved with that lady. That is common, but the persons are different. So many news we read, but the content is same. Only the persons are different. So that is why Shastra says by reading this newspaper and this mundane literatures, even the literature may be very perfect also. Whatever this materialistic literature, it may be very perfect. It is made by a very great intelligent person, but that's all useless because it will not save you from this cycle of birth and death. It will not take you out of cycle of birth and death. Whereas see, this Srimad Bhagavatam, if you hear and understand and practice in our life, then it can take us out of this cycle of birth and death. That is very important. See, many times we hear the example of the operation is success, but finally the patient died. You would have heard, no? Operation is success and patient died. So we should be very careful of this concept. We should remember always this thing. The why I have told this one is many times we very nicely we hear, we read everything, but finally if you don't apply these things in our life, then there is no use of these things. It doesn't really help us. Whatever we hear, we read, and we should practice in our life. Then we can see change in our life. Otherwise, the operation will be success. We have nicely heard, we may write and we may recite so many slokas, that all will be nice. But if we are not able to practice, we are not able to change, we are not able to realize what we have heard and what we have understood, and we don't practice in our life, then this becomes like operation success and patient died. Finally, if we don't practice all these spiritual things, so repeatedly in Prabhupada books, he says we should chant, we should read, we should hear lectures, so many things we hear, isn't it? These are not only for hearing, we also should practice in our life. And we can change, if we practice this thing, it will transform our heart. It will transform our heart, and in our own life, we can see how much we are so anxiety free. See, the other people, if we see, they're all filled with so much anxiety, so much depression, so many problems are there. But if you practice this, whatever knowledge given in Bhagavatam, then it can take us out of all these materialistic problems. We can live a detached life and we can be very peaceful. So that is very, very important. So, but for all these things, this self-control is required, and we have to be disciplined, and we should be obedient to the acharyas and other senior devotees. Then we can easily follow the instructions of them. Then finally, we can go back to the Godhead. So that is what these are the qualities Narada Muni had, so he could progress. So it is applicable to us also. If we also develop these qualities, then we can easily practice these things and we can advance. Then this Narada Muni and his mother, they were serving all these sages. Then what about one day, Narada Muni, all these sages, they were taking all prasadam and everything. Or that prasadam, something left out was there. The remnants were there. Then the Narada Muni asked those sages, whether can I take this thing like that. So they told, okay, you can take it. Actually, taking some remnants from others is very sinful. It is not at all recommended. But taking the remnants from our Guru is very, very auspicious. If we take the remnants, so whatever our Guru and the senior devotees they have taken, if you take the remnants from them, their mercy comes to us directly. So we can get the realization of all this spiritual knowledge, and it will purify our life. So this Narada Muni, he was because he has heard from their discussions. Because when we talk the spiritual knowledges, all these things are there. We should take the evidence from the acharyas, that all is recommended. So based on that, he is asking, and the sages says, yes, yes, you can take it like that. So he takes that remnants from them. Then then he was able to serve them better by doing that devotional activity. Narada Muni was able to the sages nicely. So Narada Muni says, in their association, I heard narrations of Lord Krishna transcendentally attractive pastimes. By such regular and attentive hearing, my taste for such topics increased at every step. So Narada Muni says, he was these sages, they were discussing about the transcendental pastimes of the Lord Krishna, and by hearing that, the taste for hearing it has increased like that. And Narada Muni says. And Narada Muni also says, when this transcendental taste became very strong, my attention became fully fixed on hearing about Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has developed the taste for hearing more about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And because of that, because he has heard many pastimes of the Lord, all his passion and ignorance has gone away. See, all of us, we are influenced by passion and ignorance. Ignorance, we know many times we do some activity and afterwards we realize, oh, what mistake I have done like that. And passion also, we know that we are in passion. We are not in mode of goodness. Okay, if we are in mode of goodness, we will not get angry, we will not become lusty, we will not become greedy, we will not be under illusion, we will not be envious of others, isn't it? But if you see normally people, we get angry so fast. If anything happens against our whatever we are telling, we get angry and we become lusty. When something very attractive is there, we want to possess that or we want to enjoy that. Lusty is there. Then greed is there. We want to accumulate many things, more money, more properties. This greed is there. Then illusion. We don't know many things why it is happening in our life. We don't want to die. We are dying. We don't want to become old. We are becoming old. So many things are happening. We don't know why it is happening. Then we are proud. Many times we have proud. We are proud of ourselves. I am very knowledgeable. I have a lot of money. So many. We are proud of many things of us. Then we are also envious of others. If others are having more property, or the others are having more knowledge, or others are more beautiful than us, we become jealous of them. So these are called anarthas. So if we are in mode of goodness, this will not affect us. We will not, even if you see now, you assume I am having some 5 lakhs rupees money, something like that. If I see a person who is having some 500 lakh or 5,000 lakh people also, I will not feel envious of them. If that is there, that means we are in mode of goodness. If we see somebody is very, very knowledgeable, still if we don't jealous of others, that means we are in mode of goodness. So we should always, Prabhupada in his books, he says, from the mode of passion and ignorance, we should come to mode of goodness. First we should come to mode of goodness, then we should come to pure goodness. Because in the mode of goodness also, sometimes this ignorance and passion, it affects us. But if we come to pure goodness, where even tinge of passion and ignorance also will not be there. So that is the highest level, pure goodness. If we come to pure goodness, then we are eligible to go back to God. Even in goodness, we cannot get out of this place. Again, we will take birth in a pious family, in a Brahmana family, or very rich family, we take birth if we are in mode of goodness by the time when we die. But if we are in mode of ignorance, we will go to Patala Loka, where hellish planets we go and we suffer the next life. If we are in passion, again we take birth in this own world. If we have practiced some bhakti, then get human form and we can again get a chance to practice bhakti. But if you are in mode of goodness, you will take birth in a rich family or a Brahmana family, where already you know about the Lord. So practicing about this spiritual thing is very easy. So that is very important. So what Nardamuni says is, after hearing from the Lord's pastimes, he says his passion and ignorance have vanished from his heart. See, if you see our heart is filled with so many desires, isn't it? We have millions and millions of desires. Even smart children's, inside their heart, so many desires are there. When they reach certain age, each desire comes out. When they reach 16 age, they get attracted to opposite sex, like that. At each age, so many, one by one, all desires come out. But when we hear about the Srimad Bhagavatam, when we hear about the Lord's pastimes, all the desires are filled with Lord's pastimes. We hear about the Lord's activities, what are things we should do, like that. When we hear, these bad things go away and good things come in. So then we will live peacefully. See, when we have so many desires, we cannot live peacefully. Our mind will be always telling you do that activity, this activity, like that, isn't it? See, even Corona times, many times people they don't come out of house, but still now we see so many people they go picnic, they go to even now we see so many people they have planned Europe trips, trip to US for sightseeing and so many things. But if you ask them, you come and hear about Srimad Bhagavatam, means they will say, no, 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 Corona is there, we cannot come out. But for enjoyment, they are ready to do anything. If some money making is there, they are ready to do anything. Suppose some money making, so we can earn a lot of money means all will go. Corona and all, who cares? Nobody cares, isn't it? In Corona times, nobody has stopped working. In fact, they try to make more money. That is there. And enjoyment also. They do all type of enjoyment. But when we try to say, you hear about say this Bhagavad Gita class, Bhagavatam class, mean they will say, no, no, Corona times we are not supposed to go out. We should not supposed to hear like that, they will tell stories. So that means we are digging our own grave. See, we don't know what is our real, what is required for us, we don't know. Out of ignorance, we think this enjoyment and money making is the only thing. Of course, money making is required to just to live in this world, not to make a lot of money and waste our entire human form of life in these things only. So there is an announcement that today no quiz. Next week when chapter finishes, so today after this class, normally some quiz will be posted. So today there is no quiz it seems. So Next weekend they will post the quizzes, it seems. So Nardamani says, I loved those pure devotees. That is, that the sages, they were there in the that cottage, no, where this Chaturmas. So Nardamani says, I loved those pure devotees greatly. With gentle behavior, I strictly followed their instructions. Whatever instructions the sages have given. So Nardamani says, he started following those instructions. Afterwards, how does a devotee compare all material desires by the association of devotee? About that, it is given. So we are all trying to practice this bhakti. So how our heart gets cleaned, about that some details are given. By pleasing the pure devotees, one gets taste for hearing. Suppose if you take the association of devotees, sadhus, then you get the taste for hearing. See, otherwise, normal people, they don't have any taste for hearing. If you ask them to come and sit in a class, they will not have any desires. But by pleasing pure devotees, you see, many of us would have heard about the Srila Prabhupada, you would have read about his books. That's why we are having some taste for hearing. So the hearing, we get taste for hearing. Then we discuss about Krishna Kada in their association. So when pure devotees are there in their association, we discuss Krishna Katha. Then after when we discuss Krishna Katha, then our heart gets purified. So we should know when we discuss this Krishna Katha, our hearts gets purified because Krishna is the creator of all of us. That we should know. He is the creator of all of us. He is the maintaining, and this all he only does. So because of that, when we hear about him, then our hearts gets purified, then we get the satisfaction and happiness. So once we are hearing and practicing this bhakti yoga, then our hearts gets purified and we feel satisfied and we get happiness also. Then loving friendships also developed among devotees. When we practice all these things, loving the relationships are developed. Then each encouraging each other leads to complete eradication of material desires. So this is very important. See, many people, they try to remove their desires. They try to do so many activities by that they can remove their material desires. It's not possible. If one desire goes away, some other desires will come. So it will go on coming, these material desires. So that can be removed only in the association of devotees. So when we associate with devotees, when we hear about the Lord's pastimes, that time only this all material desires will go away. Then further qualities of Nardamani also it is given. He was attached to the sages, whatever sages they have come, he was attached to them, and he was very gentle in his behaviors. He was very, once he become a devotee, our behaviors become very gentle, then all the sins will be eradicated, whatever sins. Even without our knowledge itself, so many sins will be removed one by one when we are involved in this bhakti yoga activities. And strong faith that gets developed in our heart. See, this main problem with the outside world people is they don't have any faith. Whatever we tell, they don't have any faith. But if you want to develop faith, first you have to hear. You have to hear and take the association of devotees. Then only this will come. Then once the faith comes, when we start practicing this bhakti yoga, then our senses get controlled. Presently, you see our senses are not controlled. See, you see our children, even ourselves. So children, they may be sitting in front of the books for so many hours, even 1 hour, 2 hours, they may be sitting in front of the books. But nothing will go inside. Same pages may be there, they may be reading repeatedly because the mind is somewhere else. So mind is not in our control, our senses also not in our control. When the mind and senses are not in control, we may be reading, we may be sitting in front of the book and we may be repeatedly reading, but nothing will go inside. So because our mind and senses are not controlled. So when we hear these Lord's pastimes, then this all gets controlled. That's what Shastra says. Then and this Nardamani, he followed the sages with body and mind. His body was ready to serve the sages and his mind was ready to hear whatever they are telling. So that is very, very important. And the sages, when they are about to leave the ashram, they were staying in the ashram where Narada Muni and his mother was helping. So when they were about to leave the ashram, Narada Muni went and met them. So that time they initiate him. They were blessed him and they were given initiation. You would have heard about initiation, no? The Diksha. The Guru is giving Diksha. Once the disciple is served the Guru nicely, the Guru feels satisfied and he gives Diksha to the disciple. So this Gurus, those who are staying, they were pleased with Narada's performance. They given Diksha to him. They given initiation to him. Then they leave. They are giving these are the things we should practice like that. They give instructions and they have gone back. So afterwards, what happens? Lord has arranged that Narada Muni and his mother they were there, and this Narada Muni's mother we know is a very poor lady, and because nobody else is there, this mother was very attached to the Narada Muni. She was only son and nobody else is there, so she was very much attached with the Narada Muni. So one day night she went to bring milk. She is going to bring milk. The cow is there. So when she goes outside, one snake bites her. One snake bitten her. So because of the poison, she died immediately. So here, sometimes people may wonder, this Narada Muni was a good boy. He was spiritually inclined. Still, that lady also has served the sadhus. But still, why it has happened, we may wonder. But this is the arrangement of Lord. Lord has arranged it like that because if this lady dies, the next life she may take birth in a nice devotee because she has already practiced some spiritual activities. In the next life, she may take birth in a nice devotee family and she can advance. She can become a nice devotee. And for this Narada boy, because mother is not there, he can practice nice this Krishna conscious activity. But if mother is there, then he will go and get attached too much. He will not progress like that. So Lord has arranged. So in our life also we can see so many things will happen. We may husband and wife. Many of us are married. Husband and wife, lot of problems will come among children, society. So many problems will come. These are all to show us that we should not get attached. If we are too much attached with all these things, then we will enjoy this world. We will never will like to go out of this world. That is why problem comes. Always problem will be there in this world. Because to realize that this is not our original place, we should not try to settle here. Somehow we should live, try to practice bhakti, and we should try to get out of all these things. Then for that purpose only, Lord arranges so many problems in our life. Then afterwards, this once Narada Muni's mother died, then Narada Muni started walking through so many forests. Because he was staying in the jungle, then my mother has died, so he started walking around the forest, and and himself, though he is a very young boy, Narada Muni, he was about 5 years old only, such a young boy, and he was passing through many cities, towns, villages, farms, forests, mountains, and valleys, and he entered a dense forest also. He was walking through the forest. Lot of animals were there, snakes, owls, and jackals. So many things were there. But still, he was fearless because he was having the God consciousness knowledge. He was not fearful. Earlier days, if you see so many people, they used to live in the jungle. They used to they used to never fear of anything. But we can't imagine, isn't it? If we are asked to go to some jungle, we cannot go. We have a lot of fear. But the main sadhus and brahmacharis, their main purpose is they are fearless. They are not bothered about anything. So we are attached to so many things. So we cannot tell even what we want to tell also because we have to live in this society. We are afraid of many things. But the sadhus and brahmacharis, they are not like that. They are not fearful of anything. So whatever is supposed to talk, they will talk. They are not afraid of anything. So that is very important. So after walking for a long time inside the jungle, then Narada Muni felt very thirsty and he was very fatigued. His body, because he has walked for so much time, his body was very fatigued and he was very thirsty. And on the way, he has seen some pond, small pond where a lot of water was there. So he drank that water and then he refreshed himself and he was satisfied. Then he remembered whatever the sadhus they have told. That sadhus, no, they have instructed Narada Muni how to do meditation, guided meditation, how to do their own instructions. So this Narada Muni, he was sitting below a banyan tree and he was meditating. So based on whatever the sadhus have instructed, he was sitting and he was meditating on the Lord's form inside his heart. He was just meditating. So just he followed whatever the sadhus have told. So when he meditated, the Lord in Vishnu form, he appeared in his heart. So Lord appeared in his heart, and the Narada Muni was feeling very blissful. When he saw the Lord's form inside his heart, he felt very blissful. So here what is told, once we see Lord's form directly, then we will not like to see any other form in this world. See now many times, see we are all there in one body. When we see opposite sex, we get attracted, isn't it? We get attracted to so many things. But once you have seen the Lord's form inside your heart, then you will not have any interest to see any other form. So that is a proof that we have seen the Lord's form like that. So this Lord's form everybody can see, but we can see only when we are purified, not in this present our materialistic condition where we have so many millions of desires and attachments, isn't it? As long as these desires and attachments are there, we cannot see Lord's form. Once we give up these things, then we can see Lord's form. Once we see Lord's form, then we get purified, then we can go back to Lord. So this all it's given about the vision of the form. So when we see the Lord's form, you get a deep satisfaction. We get deep satisfaction. Now we don't have satisfaction. That's why we want to do so many activities. We are always want to do this activity, that activity, like that, isn't it? So many things are there in our heart because we are not satisfied. But once we see Lord's form, then we get fully satisfied. So when Narada Muni saw this Lord's form, tears started flowing from his eyes. So that is a very important thing it's given. Tears started flowing, and all senses began spiritually enlivened. Now our senses, they want to enjoy. Our senses wants to enjoy all the sense objects, isn't it? Our eyes wants to see attractive things. Our tongue wants to eat nice food items, isn't it? All our senses are hungering for sense objects. But once we see Lord's form, then all our senses are spiritually enlivened, and we will not have any interest for sense objects. All our senses it becomes enlightened. So that is what given. Then, after seeing, then the Lord appeared in his heart. Then within short time, Lord vanished. It's not that Lord was there always in his heart. He was there for 1 second or something. Then immediately, Lord vanished from his heart. Then Lord Narada Muni was very upset. Oh, Lord has vanished. So again he thought, same time he sat, whatever he was doing earlier, same thing he tried to repeat, whatever he was doing earlier. He was trying to sit there and repeat same meditation. Whatever the Munis have told, the sadhus have told, same thing he tried to repeat, but Lord again did not appear. So that is very important, we should understand. See, first time, Lord has shown his mercy so that he will hunger for him. Once he has seen, then he didn't apply. He didn't appear. Lord didn't appear, and Lord, he tried his level best, very strictly. Whatever the sadhus have told, again very sincerely tried to follow. But second time, Lord didn't appear. So based on his so much endeavor, then Lord, he just talked as a voice. Lord talked to Narada Muni, "Oh Lord Narada, this lifetime you will not see me again. I have shown my form once to you. You cannot see me again like that." Okay, so he again, because still some anarthas are there in you, so you have to fully purify yourself. Then at the end of this lifetime, you will come back to me, and like that he says, Lord says. So from here, we should understand our endeavors alone is not sufficient. Lord's mercy is required. Okay, that is very important. You would have heard about this karmavad and devavad. Karmavad means normally these materialistic people, if we see, whatever activity I will do, I can earn money. Nobody is there beyond me. I will work very hard and I will make money. Those type of people are called karmavadis. Like that, all the people are like that, isn't it? I work very hard and I will make money like that. Daivavad means there are other type of people. They think everything in this world is done by the Lord. I need not do anything. Lord only will do everything like that. Okay, like that people are there. So that is also not correct. But the actual thing is, we should put our endeavor and Lord's mercy will come. You understand? See, here also you can see, Narada Muni tried to do the meditation, but second time when he put only his endeavor, Lord's mercy was not there. Lord didn't appear in his heart. So when Lord's mercy is there only, so many things will happen. See, one example I want to give, for example, this agriculture, so many people are doing now. Agriculture works. The farmer, he puts all his endeavor, he puts a lot of hard work, he plants the seed, he puts water, fertilizer, everything he does. But unless the rain comes, the sunlight is there, nothing, the plants cannot grow, isn't it? So his endeavor is only planting the seed, fertilizer, and other works only. But Lord's mercy is the rain. Rain has to come, sunlight has to be there. This all that time, some time also is required. This all there only, the plants will come out and it will start giving yield. So this is very important. We should understand only through our endeavors everything cannot happen. Lord's mercy is very, very important. We should understand. We should not be atheistic people. Atheistic people, they think they only do everything. There is no God, nothing like that. If that is the case, everybody, all of us are having 24 hours time. That doesn't mean that you work 24 hours, you will become like Anil Ambani or Bill Gates like that, isn't it? We cannot come. Everybody is having 24 hours only. If you just work very hard, we cannot become Bill Gates like Bill Gates or Anil Ambani, isn't it? Lord's mercy is required. So that is very, very important. So this is what covered in this first canto, sixth chapter, first to 22nd verses. These are the things covered in this thing. So if there are any questions, you can start asking. Dhruva Prabhu, can you please unmute the audience, please? If they have any questions, they can start typing or they can ask. So there is a question. Soul gets liberation when we are in this assumed body itself, no? Not after death, because even a slighter flaw in our God's realization gets us new body to become purified. Please clarify, Prabhu. Yeah, that is true. When we are in this body, once we are given this body for our purification. See, when we have desires to enjoy, uh, when we have desire to enjoy separately from the Lord only, we are given this body and we come to this material world and we enjoy. So in this world, we have to do a lot of austerity and we should purify ourselves. All the desires should go away. We should do all devotional activities and we should purify ourselves. Once we are purified, then we leave this gross body and we also have to leave this subtle body of mind, intelligence and ego. If we give up this thing, then afterwards we dip in that karma ocean, then we become pure soul and we go back to the Lord. That is the process. So that we should understand. After we are all there in one particular body, this gross body, at the end of this body, we leave this body. But our subtle body, along with the soul, it goes to other body. But when we give up this subtle body, when we become pure, then we give up this subtle body also. When we give a subtle body of mind, intelligence, and ego, just like we leave this gross body and go, we have to give up this subtle body also. Then only we can go back to the Lord. Yes, Prabhu, it will be posted in the group, Prabhu, whatever the lecture is given. It will be, that link will be posted. It is there in YouTube also. You can again hear, and you can also put your questions in the group. You can send to me directly, or the Vipin Vikari Prabhu is there. You can send privately. We will put both the questions and answers. So whatever doubt apart from this class, you may have other doubts also. You please put your questions to me or Vipin Vigari Prabhu or Dhruva Prabhu. You please type and send to them privately. Then we will put the questions also and we will answer also. Because when we open up the group, so many people put so much, messages, then it's very difficult to control. So that's why the group is closed. So one more question has come. God is present in everyone's heart or soul. Are you mentioned today that if God was present in heart, you can elaborate, please. So in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada very clearly says, in the region of the heart, both our soul and supreme soul, both are there. Okay. So it is compared, one example also is given. There is a tree. In the tree, two birds are sitting. One bird is trying to eat the fruits of the tree. There is another bird just sitting and observing everything. So same way in the region of the heart, this our soul and our supreme soul, Paramatma also is sitting. Both are sitting. So our heart is the region where both soul and supreme soul are present. So I hope this clarifies your doubt. Prabhu, can you please unmute the participants? If they want, they can ask the questions directly also. One person has raised his hand. Durga Prabhu, can you please unmute all the participants, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, done.
Yeah. One Akshay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, as you were saying that when Narada Muni was started his serving the other the pure devotees and all, then once his mother was going for milking cow and she was bitten by a snake, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So like then Lord Narad Muni took this as Lord's mercy, because Lord just wanted to remove all of the attachment from this world, and so he can come back to Godhead, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Similar way, if we like when we are also trying to become like pure devotee, and also our final goal would be to come to Godhead, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So in that case, will our parents also like I mean, you understood, right?
No, Prabhu, actually in our life, so many, problem comes in our life. So many times we get attached. We get attached because of attachment only this family infighting is there. All these things are there. So we should understand that though in spite of we put so much endeavor not to have bad relationship with our family members and the society, in spite of our all hard endeavor, still problem happens in our life. That means Lord has arranged for our purification. We should understand. Just like in Nardamani's case, it happened that this mother had to leave this boy, young boy. Then only he can practice independently and this one. So may in our life also so many problem comes. We don't want to fight. We want to have good relationship with everybody. We die, so we do so many things. But in spite of that, it happens means we should accept this material world means these problems will come, and this is arranged by the Lord. So we should try to purify ourselves. Whatever thing is there, we should not get attached. Once we get attached only, we fight and we struggle. So that is the thing, Prabhu. Is it clear, Prabhu? Whatever.
Yes. I can understand this now, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, that in continuation of the same question, Prabhuji, like which the Prabhuji has asked, but still like I'm convinced with the answer, Prabhuji, but still like sometimes fear come in the mind कि पता नहीं मतलब मेरे साथ भी कहीं ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा या कुछ अनहोनी या इस टाइप का मतलब थोड़ा डर टाइप से मतलब कभी कभार आता है प्रभु जी हाउ टू मतलब ओवरकम और अंडरस्टैंड लाइक दैट वे प्रभु
Yeah, fear also, Prabhu, many times this fear is very high during night time. See, when we are lying down, the night time the fear is very high. And when you daytime, the fear goes away. Just like when we are in dark, we are fearful. What will happen? This is there. That will create problems like that. But when light is there, then we are not fearful. Same way, when it comes to daytime, many times in the night time we may have a lot of fear. When it becomes day, then our half of the fear goes away. Same way, we have fear means we are in ignorance. When you get this spiritual knowledge, then our fear goes away. See, so many people, this mundane literature, they write so many books are there. That books are like the glowworm. See, in the night, the glowworm light is very insignificant. It cannot give the proper light. Same way, these mundane literatures are like that. But if you have the spiritual literature, if you read and understand this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, all our ignorances will go away. This fear actually, it is fear means we are trying to hide something about us to others. See, so many lectures are there, Prabhu. You please, you can mail to me.
Like Prabhuji, like that, suppose some attachment is there, like with family members and all. So sometimes that thought comes that अरे कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि मेरा अटैचमेंट ही मतलब जैसे कि मतलब some same question like Prabhuji asked मतलब like how to like tell Prabhuji like Narada in case of Narada Muni like same happen no like ऐसा लगता है कि कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं हो गया कुछ इस टाइप का.
No, it happens, Prabhu, this all problems happens. But when you discuss with the devotees, from Shastra, for everything knowledge is there. If you have the knowledge, then we can get out of the problems. If you discuss specific cases, we can come to know. But see, all our problems are we are fearful because we want to hide something from others, or we want to suppose I am a great speaker. What will happen if I don't speak properly? That fear is there, isn't it? Always the fear is very nice lectures we have. Prabhu, you please contact me later. I can you can just hear the lectures. So the fear is not a very big deal. It can be easily handled. So many nice lectures are there. I myself have heard so many lectures, and it can. It is one type of ignorance. Fear also is one type of ignorance. So when knowledge is there, see, it's like
Ignorance
suppose
can be
the room
removed.
is there. If some darkness is there, if you put on the light, the darkness will run away. Darkness cannot come when the light is there. Same way, this
Yes,
fear
Prabhuji.
and all these things, when this knowledge, spiritual knowledge is there, it all will go away. So it is
Yes,
not
sir.
a very. It is,
Yes, please. Thank you, Prabhuji.
thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Yeah, Pranam, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, to become God's devotee, sir, should we have Purvajanma Sukrita, Prabhuji?
No, if Sukruta is there, it's good, but otherwise, by the association of devotees, you will get everything, Prabhu. We need not bother about all those things. Whatever has happened in our life already, that is beyond our control. Whatever has happened, happened. Now, you try to take the association of devotees, try to read the books, and try to progress. You please always be connected with the devotees. You get connected with the devotees and try to practice the Krishna conscious activity. Then you will progress. See, whatever has happened, it is beyond our control. We need not worry too much about what has happened. But the spiritual thing is, however bad condition we are, still we can progress. There is no impediment that our past life was so bad, so we cannot progress. There is nothing like that. Whatever condition, however degraded we are, however big problems we have, from any point we can come towards the Lord. That is what Lord says in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam everywhere. So it is only to encourage us and to give faith to us. Whatever condition we may be, however degraded one is. So nobody, Lord will not allow any of his children to go away. Whatever condition we are, he wants each one of us to come back to him. So we need not worry about this all happened, that all happened, what to do. No problem. You please take the association of devotees and read proper books, then we can progress. There is no problem, absolutely.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. One more question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
Yeah, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I'm hearing you.
Prabhuji, you were saying in the lecture that okay, that we should not be disturbed and we should keep our prayers. Like
Yeah.
Narad Muni also faced problem.
Yes.
His mother, he lost his mother,
Yeah.
right? Now, and generally, even in Bhagavatam, when Kunti Maharani, when Lord Krishna says to Kunti Maharani that my work is over and I am going, she says, "No, you don't go. I don't want all this kingdom and all. Because when I was in pain, I was remembering you, right? And maybe when I'm in happy mood, I might not remember you."
Yeah.
So they are very great people, Kunti Maharani or Narad Muni. But people like us, general people who are on this materialistic world, we also have the same, that okay, when we are in bad phase of life, we remember Lord,
Yeah.
right? And we forget when we are in good condition, which is all with as whereas both the cases very temporary. It has to bad will come, and so bad will go and good will come, and good is there, so good will go and bad will come. So now how do we make ourselves prepared that yes, we remember the Lord always, whether we are in a good state of mind or maybe we are in a painful state of mind.
Yeah, that state is called equipoised, Prabhu. Equipoised means whether good or
Pardon?
bad. Equipoised. Equipoised. EQ,
Equipoised.
EQUIPOISED, equipoised. That means whether good or
Okay.
bad, I will
Yeah.
be stable. That is called the state of goodness. So now we are attached with many things. That's why we get angry. Suppose you tell somebody something, if they don't listen, we get angry because we are attached to that idea. So, but if you are in mode of goodness, we give our ideas. By hearing, following, they are following or not, it's left to them. So, like that, so many things we are attached with our opinions and other things. That's why we suffer. So this problem comes also. This problem we try to solve. If it doesn't solve, means that means Lord's arrangement. We have to accept it and to try to go along with that. We need not live in the problem. The problem can be there in our life. In everybody's life, some or the other problem will be there. But we need not live in the problem. We have to live with the problem. So you are. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Okay, Prabhu, but that's what I'm saying. But how do we, Prabhuji, now this is very the saying, and you all are great devotees, you all are very senior devotees, you all can practice. A devotee like us who are very new, just initiated. So, how do we control ourselves and we come to that state that, okay, whatever is happening, you accept it?
Prabhu, 10 years back, I was also like that only. But with time, just to be in the association of devotees, Prabhu, whatever has to happen, it will happen. Please just take the association of devotees. Please, I have put my number also in the chat. Please take it. You can call me. I can give the details. You can send the WhatsApp thing also. But we are having too much of anxiety. What will happen? This whatever has to happen, Lord will arrange. Prabhu. We need not worry too much. Just to take the association of devotees. Be at least weekly once we meet the devotees, then all good things will happen. Because 10 years back when we came to Krishna consciousness, I was also like that. It's not that by birth itself many are practicing nicely. All will happen, Prabhu, no problem. I know I was much come from much bad background. Still, I could come to this level. There's no problem, Prabhu. Lord will arrange. If you have the desire, Lord arranges the association, everything. But only thing is we should have the desire to progress, desire to have the association of devotees, desire to remove all our ignorances if you have. Lord arranges everything. We need not worry. Don't think that I have to be in this place, that place. Wherever you are there, Lord will arrange. See now you may be in some other place. Still through Zoom and meetings you can get the knowledge, isn't it? All over the world, so
Right,
many
Prabhu.
devotees are talking. You will get all the lectures. So whatever you need, Lord will arrange. There is no impediment. Lord is our well-wisher, our Supreme Father. He will arrange everything. We need not bother Prabhu. No issues. I think it is time of
Right.
Prabhu's.
Right. Thank you, Prabhuji. Where are you located, Prabhuji?
Bangalore, Prabhu. Bangalore,
Bangalore.
Shatrughat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if with your permission, if I have anything, I'll make contact you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please. We are ready, Prabhu. We are ready to serve all the devotees. That is why we are doing all these activities now. Anytime you can send us, WhatsApp message or you can call us. We are
Yeah.
there to serve. By serving you only, we progress. Our progress is based on serving other
No,
devotees.
Prabhuji. No, Prabhu. We have to serve you, Prabhuji.
No.
We have to
Everybody has to
serve you.
serve every other person, Prabhu. That is a thing. This Dhruv Prabhu, can you please
Hare Krishna.
All
So
that
Hare
is-
Krishna.
Prabhu, all these questions, can you copy it and put it to me? I will answer it later. Now it's time up. The temple.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay,
Please
Prabhuji,
put to me,
I'll put
Prabhu,
that.
then I will put the question and answer also in the group later. Huh?
Okay, Prabhuji, I will send that. Yes.
Thank
So
you
thank you very
very
much, all
much.
devotees, and we'll see you next week. And one more thing, this week we will not have any quiz. So from now on, we'll have quiz once in 2 weeks, or when that particular chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam gets over, that's when we'll have the quiz. Okay. So thank you very much, all the devotees for joining, and we'll see you next week again for the first Canto series, 10 a.m. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
all.
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.